We just got the first Ski Mask the Slump God full-length album in 5 years, titled 11th Dimension. Thank you all for being in the release party when the album dropped. Easily stream of the year. Now let's go ahead and jump into my review of this album.
They be on cruise control, I'm about to lose control, count out the money, then okay, let's get it.
Ski Mask does kind of exactly what you would expect him to do on this project, which is just kind of be hilarious and put together witty raps over energetic beats. He's always having fun on tracks. It's nothing ever like too deep in the lyrics. And I love Ski for always putting together these interesting, you know, pop culture references throughout all of his albums. I heard bars about Apex Legends, Star Wars, Sonic, Superman, Adventure Time, Django Unchained, even Fortnite, and there's plenty of other references as well, and he name drops people as well in his bars. For instance, Dana White, Standing on Business like Drewski, Free Thug. He even dissed Logan Paul for some reason. I would say the most out-of-pocket bar on the entire project, I just had to choose this one here, which was drop the top up on it feeling like Kennedy. Also, I just kind of appreciate a good Oregon Ducks bar as a fan. Ski also made sure to include his signature ad-libs, which I loved. We got some AA and water, lots of good ad-libs, and okay. Overall, it was really exciting to just kind of hear a new Ski project for the first time in a long time, and I'm really excited to see him perform some of these songs, which are going to do really good in the mosh pits at Summer Smash. The Flow God is absolutely back on songs like Full Moon, Earwax, Jump, and Frozen One, and I can't believe he even put on an accent for the song For Yard. And then at times on a handful of songs he got, you know, melodic if you wanted to on Let It Breathe and What Do You Mean.
On a rifle on me like a Mandalorian. I learned from my past like.
But before we get into the track list and everything, there's a handful of features I just wanted to break down. Future kind of gives you phoned in verses from time to time. I didn't love the quality on this one. It mainly felt like a Future song. You know, it wasn't bad by any means. You know, it's still a banger. I guess I kind of thought it was going to be a little bit better. I'm not going to lie. The X interlude was fine. It was mainly just like a freestyle or kind of him just doing some spoken word stuff. I was fine with him including that. Also, you know, he's talking about Ski. And then we finally got an Evil Twins collab, which was a collab tape that Juice and Ski never got to finish, but we hear a song from that where Juice actually mentions that in the song, and you know, his flow reminds me of Nuketown a lot. I don't know why Juice is always yelling on these tracks with Ski, but their ad-libs back and forth are really good. Juice was the best feature easily. Skillabang's more of a Jamaican kind of reggae artist, so no, I didn't really fully understand what he was saying, but I liked Ski adding that influence in there, and the flow actually wasn't bad. Corbin collabs with a lot of my favorite artists, but I feel like he was kind of mumbly on this track, but you know, he's more used for just kind of the outro and winding down the album. You know, the features weren't anything too crazy on this project. Honestly, they were just alright. They were kind of meh. You know, I was mainly focusing on Ski for the entire project, and unfortunately we didn't get Yeet. We didn't get Dominic Fike either to be on this album, which I think would have been awesome to see that.
We out in Shibuya, outside in Japan.
And then to get into the track list, you know, ended up having 21 songs in total, which seems like a lot, but it was really just 46 minutes in total. Lots of these songs are a minute and a half, 2 minutes, only a couple of them even reached 3 minutes, so it felt really short, but low-key it kind of benefited the project, you know, for not making it too long. I've heard better intros than Dragon Tooth, but you know what, this song's actually grown on me a lot. It was pretty solid. Like I said, I expected a little more out of Monsters Inc. Earwax is definitely a standout. Full Moon, you know, great flows on those tracks. I think there's lots of songs that are gonna be good for performing, like Part the Sea, The Hulk, Wake Up, Head Rush. I think Him Jong-un was probably my least favorite on the project, just such a minimalistic type of song. I was interested in it just because the title I thought was hilarious. I had my Grail on there, which was Mandalorian. I love to see that one make it on there. Lots of just chorus verse chorus action on this. Shibuya's still one of the best. I know that one was released as a single. I think Jump is one of the most underrated on the project. I love when Ski gets funky, does like Missy Elliott type flows, bringing in his Jamaican influence again, like I was talking about. I talked about the melodic cuts on there, you know, like What Do You Mean and Let It Breathe was definitely really special. Not making every song sound the same when you have a long track list is definitely another benefit to this project. Let me know in the comments your guys' favorite song on the track list. I feel like there's a lot to pick from. It's not really easy to just pick one favorite song on this track list, which is kind of interesting.
Very cerebral, okay.
For the production, Ski brought a lot of like new gen type of beats, you know, rage stuff as well, into play on this track list on Shibuya, Head Rush, Dragon Tooth, By Myself. You know, a couple of those songs were produced by Tragic and Synthetic. Some new guys have really been cooking in the last few years. A majority of the track list is just a jumble of small producers, actually. You know, we have a handful of big names on there, like an ATL Jacob, a DJ Scheme, a John Cunningham. You had Max Lord and Carlton McDowell, who worked with Juice kind of heavily, did a couple songs songs, more of the melodic stuff. You know, really nice guitar and strings on Let It Breathe was one of the most smooth productions on the entire track list. Overall, I would say this is the best, you know, produced Ski Mask album yet. Pretty good overall, and here's some examples of why. You know, a good portion of the track list was dark, heavy, 808 type of beats. I feel like that's one of Ski's, you know, signature styles. It's what I expected a lot on this track list. The little sample that's thrown into Earwax is really good. That's why that one's one of my favorites. The electric guitar that he used on Head Rush was super cool. I said it was like some whole lot of Red influence on there. Tuk Tuk definitely had a bop to it. I like the ones that definitely make you move and groove a little bit. You know how I mentioned Jump as well earlier. Him Jong-un was probably my least favorite beat. It just felt like too minimalistic with a little cowbell in there. And I think the drums on the last song Go were actually super underrated. I think that production was good as well, and quality wise, you know, the mixing was pretty good all around as well, which I appreciated.
I changed at midnight, I transformed the wolf. Things in my life will turn you to fool.
Final thoughts on this project is this is kind of everything that I wanted from Ski. In terms of Ski's catalog, I can definitely say it's better than a Sin City, a You Will Regret, you know, a Book of Eli. It's really hard to compare to Stokely since that one has such a special place in my heart, and it is a really good album. But to pop up my tier list, I'm gonna just barely sneak this album into the amazing category. I just think there's a lot of bangers on here. There's a fair variety, lots of replay value. As I mentioned, I think this is one of the better albums this year. But let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about this album from Ski Mask 11 Dimension? I'm so glad he finally dropped. More videos on the way. We're on the grind this summer. Thank you guys for watching all the way to the end of the video. I have a Twitter, Instagram. Go check me out there. Subscribe to my channels, like the video. I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.